So the question was, what are the benefits of Wim Hof breathing? It's basically a recalibration. So you are recalibrating the entire body using your breath. So on one end there is an excess of oxygen, which you will see during the breath work. Excess of oxygen and a very deficient state of carbon dioxide, because you have blown out most of your carbon dioxide. And on the other end you've got an excess of carbon dioxide and a very low state of oxygen. Now, so you're taking your blood chemistry from one end of the spectrum to the other. So when you take it from one end of the spectrum to the other, you're also putting the nervous system under a tremendous amount of load, and you're asking the nervous system to recalibrate itself. Now, taking your blood chemistry from one end to the other also takes your blood vessels from one end to the other. So under a state of maximum oxygen and minimum carbon dioxide, the blood vessels are completely tight. And then you are going to the other extreme, where the carbon dioxide has gone up and there is very low oxygen. Now the blood vessels are extremely wide open. These are as wide as they can be, but there is still no oxygen because you are holding it in exhale. Now you take a big breath. This is when the oxygen rushes in. And now all of those parts that have been starved of blood because they have been tight for so long, they are now wide open. Now the oxygen rushes in and you get that extra little bit of oxygen into parts of your body that were cut off for a while. Because the body's never felt a reason to open up those areas. You are not putting it in any kind of demand. So that's how this happens. Now when you take your nervous system from one end to the other, and when you take your circulatory system from one end to the other, your body, which has stayed stuck in lots of patterns, compensatory, protective patterns, will also start to recalibrate. So this is a good way to get rid of stuck patterns. You are also training yourself under a lot of stress. This change of blood chemistry from one extreme to the other is a lot of stress, and you are training your body to adapt wildly to a wildly fluctuating blood chemistry. This is resilience training. You are training your body. Now the best part is you are not under. This is like panic breathing. Yeah. So you're training panic breathing, but in a safe environment. So you learn to dissociate panic from physical distress. So now when you have physical distress, you can control your breathing better because you have practiced it. So all of these benefits are there. And so this is also what we call a eustress. It's a beneficial stress. You create a lot of stress for a very short period, and then you let the body compensate for it. This is again building resilience. So these are the benefits. And ideally you should be doing it only once a week or so. If you do it excessively, you don't get a lot of benefit. It's only once a week is enough usually. Just like exercise, just like ice baths, just like any sort of stressor, you have to dose yourself and then recover from. Dose yourself and then recover from. So stressing yourself repeatedly is not of much benefit. So if you've got a lot of stress already going on in your life, and you add an ice bath, and then you add the Wim Hof, and then you add the physical exercise, that's when you break. It might feel good in the short term because you are running on adrenaline, but later on when the adrenaline crashes, you crash. So you have to apply the stressor that you are using to improve yourself judiciously based on how much other stress you've got in your life. So yeah, that was the last bit about Wim Hof.